This is an information field that informs the body, that tells you how you're going to live, how you're going to heal, how you're going to get sick, how you're going to die. It is packed with information in the same way that our DNA is full of the information of life. If we can upgrade the quality of the information in the field, if we can download the software for Human 2.0, we can literally grow a new body that ages and that heals and that dies differently. We have the ability to do that today. We've always had that ability, and this is how shamans bring about healing. In the West, we're masters at working with the world of matter, of objects, of things, with that side of the equation of Einstein's equation of M, matter is equal to. And the shamans are masters at working with the other half of the equation, with the energetic, energy times light. This is what we work with, which is the luminous energy field. We know that the quantum field of creation is this fabric that the whole cosmos is made of, these intertwining strands of light that weave the fabric of creation, and that we are part of that fabric, that we have also a luminous energy field, an information field that organizes the physical body in the same way that a magnet organizes iron filings on a piece of glass. This is an information field that informs the body, that tells you how you're going to live, how you're going to heal, how you're going to get sick, how you're going to die, who you're going to meet, and how you're going to live your life. It is packed with information in the same way that our DNA is full of the information of life. If we can upgrade the quality of the information in the field, if we can download the software for Human 2.0, we can literally grow a new body that ages and that heals and that dies differently. We have the ability to do that today. We've always had that ability, and this is how shamans bring about healing. They can track on someone's energy field. They'll take their rattles, and they'll track someone's energy field and see that there's an imprint in the field, that there's an information bundle that I perceive as dark energy, this dark energy that is in the field like a mass ball that perhaps is beginning to sink roots into an organ or tissue. And as soon as it does, it will express itself through that organ or tissue as heart disease, as cancer, as dementia, if it's in the brain. It's not an imprint for heart disease because that's very Western medicine. These are just bundles of dark qi, stale qi, they call it in China, and qigong, of stale energies that are toxic. And the shamans have learned how to clear these toxic energies from the field, release them, and then upgrade the quality of the information in the field to bring about healing. I'm a medical anthropologist by training, but before that, I used to direct a very small neuroscience laboratory at San Francisco State University, where we were trying to determine if we could create psychosomatic health. Because we knew that we could create psychosomatic disease, but can the brain and the mind organize the body for health? And in doing so, I discovered that the brain, the primitive brain, the Neanderthal brain that we have, which is called the limbic brain, is the brain of the emotions. It's a very ancient brain that encoded its software in the form of emotions so that we would never forget them. That this brain needed ceremony in order to change. And that's why we have ceremony and ritual in every culture, in every tradition around the world. This brain needs ceremony. Understanding and enlightenment is a quality of the higher brain. But that lower brain will not release its anger, the fear, the lack of self-esteem, the self-judgment, the I'm not good enough, or I don't have enough time, or enough love, or enough money, the brain of scarcity. It will not change unless we create a rite of passage and a ceremony in modern ways, in today's world. So the most ancient ceremony, which is the ceremony of the shamanic medicine that we teach, is the fire ceremony. So remember that we sat around the fire for 1 million years. For 1 million years, we told stories around the fire, had babies around the fire, made love, helped our loved ones to die and to be born. The fire is almost imprinted into our DNA. So the fire ceremony is humanity's most ancient ceremony, because we discovered how to use fire almost 1 million years ago, but we only discovered how to make fire 350,000 years ago. All of that huge span of time, 500,000 years, we had to travel with the fire. We were nomadic hunter-gatherers, and we would take the embers of the coal and travel with them, and then put a little bit of fur or a little bit of bark in it and blow onto it. And that would be the fire for that night, for that evening. The keeping of the fire was the first ceremony of humanity. So I'd like to share with you the fire ceremony and to invite you to do this with a candle. We're going to do a candle fire ceremony, not the raging bonfire. You don't need that raging bonfire. You need a big heart, big intentionality, small fire. To do this fire ceremony, I'm going to invite you to find a stick. I like these little hibachi sticks. You can also use a toothpick or even a piece of paper that you've rolled up tightly. And I'd like you to blow into that stick whatever it is that you need to release right now. What is it that you need to let go? Are you upset with someone? Are you angry with yourself? Are you afraid that something might happen to you or to a loved one? Are you a little scared of what's happening in the world today? I'd like you to release that to the stick. Blow it into the stick, whatever it is that you're ready to let go of. Are you ready to let go of that history of heart conditions or breast conditions or dementia or of never finding love that might run in your family? Are you ready to let go of it? And even if you're not quite ready, I invite you to put it in the fire, because we're living in extraordinary times today where we cannot take the next 3 years to heal. We have to do it with the speed of lightning. And that's the nature of our tradition, of our path. Is called the lightning path, the fire path, rapid transformation. So blow it into that stick. Put it all into that stick. And then we're going to put it in the fire. We're going to release it to the fire. And in doing so, we are releasing the energy that is bound in those belief structures, in those archaic belief structures that we're still carrying, that we confuse for reality. We're setting that light free again. Setting that light free. And hold that stick until it burns down safely. And then I'd like you to pass your hand through the heat of the flame or through the flame and bring it to your heart center. Bringing that light back into your luminous body. Up into your forehead. Into our three worlds, the world of knowledge, the realm of love, of the heart, of the moon eye, and the belly, that sacred womb, that place that you create from, transforming that which was a limiting belief, a toxic belief, into pure energy that can guide you and fuel you to the next step in your life. The final gift that I'd like to offer you is perhaps the greatest gift that I've received from the medicine teachings, which is the practice for stepping outside of time, outside of linear time, where the past has already claimed the present and the future has already been preordained, where we have been caught in the grip of fate and not steered by our destiny. This is the practice for stepping outside of time and into infinity. In the shamanic lore, we have an eighth chakra, an eighth energy center that resides above our head. You see this in every tradition of the world. This is the halo, the light that you see around a holy being, around the Buddha, around the Christ, around a sage. You see this radiance above their head. This is not an artistic embellishment. This is a literal energy center that we have that I refer to as an eighth chakra, but it's really not a chakra or an energy. It's who we are in between births. This is what in the Andes is called the Huiracocha, the source of the divine, the source of the sacred. And the shamans discovered that we could bring our intention into that eighth energy center and spread it around us and envelop ourselves in a bubble of timelessness. Now, the beauty of it is that inside that bubble, you could do 30 days worth of healing in 30 minutes because you were outside of time. You could influence events that had occurred in the past. You could steer the course of destiny because you had broken free from the grip of time. I invite you to try it. So join me in this process, beginning with your hands in your heart center and dropping into your breath. And then on an in-breath, beginning to bring your hands up into that radiant orb above your head and turning your palms out and expanding it around you, enveloping yourself in this radiant orb, expanding it before you and behind you, and feeling the membrane of light, this radiant orb that is now enveloping you. And resting for a moment in this place of timelessness, of infinity. And as you develop your shamanic power, your shamanic art, you'll be able to open your eyes, but your invisible eyes, the eyes of the Huiracocha, and look through those eyes that have seen the birth and death of galaxies that have been here since the beginning of time. And now with your hands gathering the folds of this energy center, this ball of light, into a radiant orb above your head again. And feeling its textures, vibration, and bringing it into your body. Healing your body and upgrading it from that source that informs all life. Past your neck, your chest, your belly, your legs, renewing your body, healing it from that source that informs all of life. This is your light body. This is your rainbow body that when it's awakened, is able to walk on the back of the jaguar back home to the world of spirit in one single leap, consciously, experiencing your divine nature today.